Hey viewers, yesterday I went out garage sailing. There's a big annual community garage sale, and it's so crowded with all the houses doing it that it's impossible to drive around. So I'm riding my bike around and looking for stuff, and I saw lots of bikes. I saw a lot of Walmart kind of bikes like Roadmasters and Magnas and Nex and just junk stuff. And but then I spotted this. I wasn't quite sure what it was at first glance. With the stylized graphics on here, I thought maybe it was like a Mongoose or a Genesis or something, and I really couldn't read the little logo stuff on there, but I had to take a closer look at it. But looking closer at it, on the front here I saw the familiar Specialized S logo there, so I'm like, oh, let's take a closer look. And then looking closer at the down tube graphics here, I realized it said Hardrock and that it was a Specialized Hardrock. You can barely read Specialized on there. And then they had it tagged at $25, and I thought $25 for a Specialized Hardrock? That seems like a pretty good deal. So I started taking a closer and closer look at it and realized, okay, the chain is just completely rusted, but I can replace the chain. That's not a big deal. It's like 10, 11, 12 bucks, something like that. Not a big deal. Then I tested the front forks on there. If a bike's got like a front suspension on there, always test the forks just to see if they're frozen or what. Well, anyway, I pushed it down and it kind of rebounded, but then I looked and here's the insides of the front fork on the one side. And so these forks are toast, so they'll have to be replaced. So I was looking at that going, well, with this and the chain and everything, who knows what else, I decided to pass on the bike, even at 25 bucks. So I left. So I got over to like about a street away, and I was like, kept thinking about the bike, going, well, geez, I had an idea that, a friend of ours, her son had his bike stolen. It was a bike I built for him, and it was stolen, and he needed a new bike, and I started thinking, maybe this might work for him. So I decided to go back and take a closer look at it. What size was the bike? So I came back, and it's a 17.5-inch frame, and I'm going, oh, I think that's exactly the size that he needs. So I started thinking about it, going, well, let me see, if I replace the chain and the forks and just clean everything up, I think that this is a bike that he'd really like. So I started talking to the guy, and he said he was negotiable on the price, and he came down to like 20 pretty quickly. And I finally looked and I said, hey, would you do 15? I pointed out that the forks are going to need to be replaced, and the chain, and some other stuff on here. And so he ended up doing 15. And as I said, I was out riding on my bike. So what I did was I went ahead, paid for the bike, gave him the 15 bucks, and then I went out, got my car, and brought my car back and loaded up the bike. So I think 15 bucks for this is a great deal, but it's going to need a lot of work. Now, as I pointed out before, the chain is just rusted solid here, so I'm going to have to replace the chain. Not a big deal. There's a little bit of rust on the cassette, and I can go ahead and clean that up. Now, the skewers are both rusty like this, and I'll go ahead and put these in a vapor rust, and I think clean these up or replace them. I'll see how they clean up. The brake noodles on the front and back are both rusty. I'll just go ahead and replace those. Not a big deal. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of surface rust on the handlebars here. I can try to clean that off and hit them with a coat of black paint, and I think they'll look okay. Now, one of the biggest deals is these forks are toast, so they have to be replaced, which are a bummer because they've got the decals on here and they match the frame and everything like that. But they're Suntour XCTs, they're not high-end forks, and so they're going to need to be replaced. But I have some other forks I think will work here, so hopefully they will. So now, other than the rusty chain and a little bit of surface rust on the cassette, the drivetrain looks okay. The teeth look fine on both the cassette and the chain rings on there. I checked out the derailleurs. The rear derailleur moves pretty well. The front derailleur's got a little bit of rust on there. I can clean those up. I test the shifters a little bit, and they seem to work okay. So it looks like mostly I just need to clean up a little bit and replace this chain, so that's not a big deal. So in addition to all that cleanup, both tires are flat. I don't know if they just need air. They might need new tubes. Once they're inflated, I'll have to check the tires out. So a lot of stuff needs to be done on this. If you were going to take it to a bike shop, it would probably be prohibitively expensive to get all this stuff fixed. But since I'm doing the work myself, I think it's all doable. So for 15 bucks, I think it'll clean up really nicely, and I think he'll like it when it's done. And I'll probably do a video doing all the work on here. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, found it useful or interesting, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button and be sure to click the little bell so you get notified of new videos as they come out. I'm always coming out with new videos. I'm over on Facebook, RJ the Bike Guy. Go over there, like that page. I post a lot of stuff over there. And I have a webpage, rjthebikeguy.com. Go check that out as well. Anyway, thank you much for watching.